Hello and welcome to Better Homes and Gardens Ultimate Backyard. I'm your host Chelsea Sayasan, and for the next half hour we'll show you how to get the most out of your outdoor living space this summer. And with everything that's happened in the past year, I think we all need to be spending a little more time outside. Whether your home has a yard, a deck, or you live in an apartment with a balcony, we've got you covered on outdoor living design, gardening, and more. First things first, what's hot this summer besides the weather? Better Homes and Gardens Sharia Croy has all the latest outdoor trends to expect in 2021.
Pandemic life hasn't been easy, and now there's a real movement to have your outdoor living space feel like an extension of the inside of your home. People want to curate the area and arrange the furniture like a room, bringing all the cushiony comforts of indoor seating outdoors. Plus, now that people are finally able to spend time with family, they're looking to maximize their outdoor seating options with multi-piece sets that give off that living room or family room vibe for lounging or entertaining. For example, an L-shaped sofa encourages conversation around a coffee table. Sets with ottomans are great. They can be used as extra seating or pulled up to the table for family meals. We've been styling plush seating with chic pillows and rugs in black and white, a top color trend to bring the whole look together. The boho trend is one to watch out for in 2021. Boho decor draws its influence from the free-spirited style of the 1960s and 70s with a modern twist. Think natural materials like rattan and bamboo, lush textures like fringe and macrame, and eclectic patterns. A rattan egg chair is a terrific example of the boho style. It's open and airy and a great place to kick back and read a book. Look for all-weather wicker styles. They're super durable and you don't have to worry about them getting wet or fading in the sun. Egg chairs transition well as a part of your interior decor too during the off-season. If you don't want to commit to a large piece of furniture, you can bring the boho trend to life with accessories like this tropical print pillow or this poof in a black and white geometric print. It helps keep the look luxe and modern without being too hippie. Okay, time to talk plants and greenery. People are really ready to reconnect with nature, whether indoors or out. Popping a few plants into planters is a fun, easy, and stylish way to do so. This season, the trend is all about containers in different materials and textures. There are so many different options. Whatever your style, get out there and find your planter personality. We're loving galvanized metal, both real and faux, all kinds of ceramics and pottery, minimalist concrete, and durable resin. A big trend right now includes multicolored terrazzo designs. If you've got pets or young children, consider accessories like wood and metal stands and macrame hangers to help keep planters safely up off the ground and out of reach. We're always thinking about solutions for maximizing small spaces too. There are lots of ways to get creative. Look for tables, stools, and seating that are sized for smaller spaces or maybe even portable to store when you're not using them. Contemporary versions of beanbag chairs are great for this. They're lightweight, easy to move around, and they have a little more structure and style than traditional beanbag chairs. You can introduce some string lights to add a little ambiance, either classic electrical styles or environmentally friendly solar options. Or you can hang or arrange some of those plants into planters to create that back to nature setting that's on trend. That's our 2021 outdoor living style prediction. We hope you can use these tips to enhance your space.
Thanks, Sharia. All right, guys, now that you know what's on trend, let's talk about one of the most important backyard accessories, the grill. Whether you're gearing up for grilling season or you're just getting started, make it last longer and your barbecue taste even better with these tips for grill cleaning and maintenance. The best way to clean a gas grill is cranking up the heat. Turn it up and close the lid for 10 to 15 minutes to burn off any extra bits. Use a stainless steel grill brush to loosen additional residue. This prevents food sticking and helps combat flare-ups the next time you grill. Next, fill a container with warm water and some degreasing dish soap. Wipe the inside and outside surfaces with a soft cloth and soapy water. Remove the grates and soak for at least 15 minutes, then rinse with clean water and wipe dry.
For that all-over clean, grab a shop vac or a handheld vacuum and use the grill brush to dislodge any soot and suck it up with a vacuum. Spray it off with a hose and dry with a towel. With a clean grill, you'll achieve those fresh, smoky flavors for all your favorite grilling recipes.
Flowering plants add so much vibrance to any space, but sometimes that color is short-lived. Better Homes and Gardens Editor-in-Chief Stephen Orr has some helpful tips to keep your flowers blooming all summer long.
Hi, I'm Stephen Orr, and today we're talking about plants that actually like to be hot. A lot of the summer, our gardens go into decline as it gets really hot, but these plants really know how to take the heat, and they actually like it. Some of them are flowers, like this beautiful mandevilla vine, these beautiful ageratums, or this beautiful scaevola, and then others are grown because they have these great leaves that bring color to the planter even when they're not in bloom. This is called a Persian shield or a strobilanthes plant. It's a beautiful dark purple. Coleus is always a big favorite, and then also a trailing vine like this licorice plant. All of these plants do great in containers. You want to pick a container that is not too small. This is about the smallest I would ever use because the smaller the container, the more it will dry out. What I'm going to do is make this my main subject, and I already have some soil in the pot, and then I'm going to put in some color because this plant is so dark. You want to make a contrast with a plant like this scaevola. Scaevolas came out, a few decades ago, and you didn't see them much before that, but now they're almost as common as petunias. And then you could add one other beautiful flower, like maybe this ageratum. And there's several different kinds of ageratums. They're an old-fashioned annual. These are shorter. There's a tall variety called Blue Horizon that's really great because it gets about a foot taller than these guys. So I'm just going to put this here. And then the last thing I'm going to do is add what some people call a spiller, which is something that comes off the edge. This one really loves the heat. As long as you keep it watered, it's going to keep growing. You might even have to pinch it back a little bit. When you're taking care of these pots, really the main thing you have to do is just make sure that you're watering them regularly. Sometimes that's every day, or it might be every other day. As I said, a larger pot is great. If you think you're going to be going away on vacation, make sure you use a larger pot because it could take 2 or 3 days for it to dry out. And be aware that when you have plants in pots, if it's raining, most of the water will hit the leaves and fall off the pot and not get into the pot. So don't trust that water from rain is actually getting into the pot. You should maybe do it yourself with a hose. Finally, the last thing you might need to think about with some of these is that they do actually need some deadheading. Like these impatiens, these are impatiens that are good for the sun. You can see when it's an older flower, you can snip off any blooms when you're having your coffee in the morning and get rid of anything that's going to seed because the more you keep cutting them, the more they'll bloom. Once you have your plants all potted, make sure you keep them watered, a little bit of deadheading, and then you're going to have beautiful blooms and color all the way till frost.
Now let's talk soil. Picking out a soil can be so overwhelming because there are tons of options. Here are a few things to remember. When it comes to planting in a garden, always go for topsoil or a garden soil formulated for in-ground use. If you're planting something in a container, you'll want potting soil, and choose an organic soil or organic planting mix if planting something edible. So we've got our container, let's fill it the right way. First, you want to make sure that your planter always has a hole at the bottom for drainage. Then you can add rock to also help with drainage. If it's a large pot, be careful not to make it too heavy with soil or rock. Then once you check that off the list, you can also help fill your pots with 2-liter bottles, ice cream buckets, egg crates, plastic starter plant trays, but make sure it's plastic so your pot has its shape all season long. Add in your soil and plant in the thriller, filler, spiller plan, meaning use a taller plant in the center, medium height plant surrounding, and vines for trailing. Speaking of flowering plants, hummingbirds are an important aspect in pollination. These colorful birds thrive in most areas of the United States and enjoy a tasty treat every now and then. Show them some love with the DIY Hummingbird Feeder. All right, guys, I'm no expert in design, but luckily I know someone who is. Better Homes and Gardens Style Director Max Wilker joins us today to show you how to create an outdoor room just like you would for the inside of your home. Max, welcome to the show.
And thanks for having me.
We are so excited, and just so you are aware, Max and his team designed this entire set for the show. He completely transformed this backyard. It looks amazing.
Thanks, Chelsea. It was a lot of fun, but I did have some help to get it all done.
So we want to go ahead and jump into it, Max. We're talking about how to transform your space at home. First off, we want to talk about the different zones that an outdoor living space can have.
Right. If you have a large deck or a multi-level deck, it's all about creating zones just like you would have in the house. Think about having a dining space, an entertaining space such as, a family room or a living room, and then a kitchen or a cooking space. And then also think about maybe a personal retreat space, like you'd have a reading nook in your house.
I love it. Now, what about for the folks at home who just have a single deck? What can they do?
There's a lot you still can do. Even if you have just a deck that's an 8x10 or a 10x12, the first thing is to figure out how you're going to use it most. And then you can plan accordingly from there. If you're going to use it as a dining room, think about a table first that seats at least 4 to 6 people. Add a great umbrella that will shade you from the heat of the summer. We have a potting bench over here. It's great because a potting bench can be a fun multi-purpose station. Don't only use it for potting, but you can use it for serving. Finish off the space with great plants and accessories, because we always love flowers and plants to fill out the space.
All amazing tips there. Now, what if folks are wanting to dedicate a space just for entertainment outside of their home?
An entertainment space, think of it as your outdoor living or family room. And so first, think about how you can rearrange the furniture to be, most efficient. So here we have it as a sofa and 2 side chairs. You could do 2 sofas that are facing each other. There's great outdoor sectionals that you could use along with a couple other chairs, but then have a coffee table in the center. I love the one that we have here on set because it's a 2-piece one, and I could take the smaller piece and use it as a cocktail table on the side. And then everyone loves outdoor poofs. They're great for additional seating. I could throw a tray on it and it could be a cocktail table. So there's lots of things like that. And then also just finish the space off with plants, accessories, outdoor lanterns are great, just to complete the look of the space.
So important. We really love the outdoor poofs too. They just bring a lot of fun. Now, Max, we know a lot of patio furniture comes in a neutral color. If someone wants to spruce it up and really make it their own, how can they do that?
So it's really easy to do it first with just pillows. I love this yellow one. Yellow is actually one of the Pantones of the year, and it's all about sunshine and positivity. So it's really popular right now on being used in all kinds of things, indoor and outside the house. Then I've added other pillows here in a solid teal. We've got a great blue rug, planters also in shades of blue. So we're bringing lots of color to the space. Another trend that we should talk about is the tropical trend, and you can easily change the space out by just changing pillows.
And it's absolutely perfect for the summer, so some things to keep in mind. Now, Max, what if someone has an even smaller space? They have an apartment balcony, maybe a really small porch, or they want to dedicate a portion of their deck as a personal retreat.
Right. I love this space where we first started with a rug and we put these 2 egg chairs on. And so you really, when you sit in one of those egg chairs, you're just, wrapped in these really cool spaces that are great just to relax, unwind. And then we just added a couple little end tables for food or drink, and then lots of plants just to really get that overall lush space. Lots of extra pillows, again a poof, so you can use it as a seating if a friend comes over, or throw a tray on it and another spot for a drink. Really, it's just all about relaxing and having a space for just you or you and a partner.
Outdoor entertaining doesn't have to be complicated, and you can make it personal with just a little planning. Better Homes and Gardens Style Director Max Wilker is back with some no-nonsense design tips on how to make your space fun and inviting no matter the occasion. All right, Max, we've talked about this potting bench before, but how can we use it for entertainment?
A potting bench is just so versatile these days. It's just not for potting your plants. It's great as a place for serving food and beverages. Like what I have set up here is a great drink station, but you could also use it as a small buffet or even a dessert station that you could use with cake plates and other plates that you could do multiple levels.
Now, what about the patio table?
Patio tables can be so much fun, especially when you're having guests over. You can take small potted plants and use them as place cards when you add a nameplate to them, so that's really fun. And also when you're having like a special occasion and you want everyone to have a take-home gift, you can take a bunch of small potted plants and make an arrangement in the center of the table, and then at the end of the night, everyone gets to take one home as a gift at the end of the party. People love that personal touch and having a little gift to remember the occasion. Then, if you're having a barbecue party, a fun tip to use is hand towels instead of paper napkins. They just work better as, paper napkins stick to your fingers, and also the bigger hand towel actually cover your lap a little bit more from all the barbecue drippings.
So some good tips there. Finally, this one's really important, ambiance.
Yes, ambiance, it's great. You can use faux or real candles. We love to put lanterns on tables and on the ground, and also string lights are really fun to have a little twinkling effect outside.
Thank you so much for joining us here at Better Homes and Gardens Ultimate Backyard. We hope we've inspired you to embrace your outdoor space this summer with great how-tos and design inspiration. Have a happy summer.